My name is Deja Phillips. So, people who consistently engage in sexual activities are compelled to be with the person they've been intimate with. Okay. So, I'm going to say why. It is because the emotional impact of sex. So, little do teens know, all teens know is just what's being inserted and how good it feels to have sex. So, well, that's the reason why teens should not be having sex until you're married. So, don't do too much. So, teens shouldn't have sex. Teens shouldn't have sex when they're married because they don't understand how much greater sex is than what they're actually feeling in the moment. So, sex is greater than the semen exchange. It's greater than how you go feel in the moment, and it's so much stuff being like transferred between your bodies and your mind that you don't even understand. Ooh. So according to this article I read, it's called Fourth and Fifth Research. Sex is it's actually the emotional and psychological dimension of sex that makes it human. So teenagers think that, if we have sex, I'm human. Okay, I understand, but the reason that you shouldn't be having sex is because hold on, I'm saying that wrong. Let me start over. So, when you're having sex, you're being vulnerable with this person that you feel is the one that you feel you have this connection with, but once you do it at a young age, it's very dangerous because you don't understand the intimacy that's going on between your mind, your heart, and your body. So, if you feel emotionally attached after you have sex with somebody, that's why, because of how deep the impact is. So, people may argue that I'm not a teenager, I'm in my 20s, so I can have sex. No, you're wrong, because you just left the teenager stage and you still have the same rage of hormones and the idea that you think you know what you're talking about. So someone else may argue that sex is a basic need for human life. So I'm just as human as an adult. So if adults can have sex, I can have sex. No, you're wrong, because you're not as mature as adults to understand what is going on and what is being transferred between your body and somebody you think that you're in love with. So according to this research, more teens that engage in sexual activities are less likely to be happy and more likely to be depressed. You may not think you're going to be depressed, but once the time goes on, you're going to be more depressed. And I'm going to tell you why. So, scenario number one. Everyone knows that girls are more vulnerable and nurturers than boys. So they get in their feelings more than boys, and stuff hits them more than boys. So this girl is vulnerable with this boy, and once she has sex with him, she think that, he the one, and he just go give me more attention than what he did before. So that's not gonna happen because boys are just boys. So now she gave herself away to this boy that she probably not even gonna see in the next few years. So after that, she think that she gonna get this attention, but which is gonna lead to her being depressed and feeling like, I wasn't good enough. And now he's walking around with some other girl and she feels the type of way. So for another scenario, let's say a boy and a girl, they have sex, but they break up immediately. So now they both gonna have this idea that, not this idea, but they gonna have trust issues and feel like love isn't real and just not trying to give themselves away to anybody else. So the moral of the story of those scenarios are, why would you cause that much stress on your body and your emotions and feelings and the way that you feel in the future just for an in a moment situation? So I have this quote, given to me by Raekwon. He said, sex is a drug. And I want to elaborate. Sex is a drug because it's like an addiction. Once you do it so many times, you get addicted. And once you get addicted, you get addicted to something that you don't know the complications of. So now you're stuck in this world that you think that, it's just a fantasy, but really you're not understanding why you feel depressed or why you have anxiety or why you don't feel like you're not good enough. So to conclude, sex should not be an option for teenagers because it takes forever to really know someone. So you just get to have sex with anybody, that's just gonna be you because you don't know that person, and it takes a long time to know someone. They can just hit it and leave, and now you just in the gutter. So I'm saying that sex is a beautiful thing that should not be abused. It should really be experienced with somebody that you plan to really spend a lifetime with. And I'm going to say that it is not too late for people who are still virgins. Just listen to my argument.
All right.
Thank you.